time, every time, every time. Hello, everyone. I don't have anybody on in the moment. This is another impromptu live. It seems to be like the only way I can make sure I get this done. My goal of doing Vlogmas happens if I sometimes go live. So I'm going to wait a minute or two and see if anybody comes on. If you're watching the replay, I think the best thing to do is just give me a minute, fast forward a bit. I have 2 drinks. I'm in the attic. If you couldn't tell, that's all insulation. This is the attic. Oh, hello, Michelle. I am just coming on impromptu. I'm going to work on cutting out one of the Stella hoodies. Lisa, hello, ladies. Wow, look at this. I'm dumbfounded. I got 2 people already, and I've only been on less than a minute. I'm like grateful. Thank you. Okay. I'm cutting this out, but I'm parched. And let me tell you, oh, Zelda's on too. Hello, Zelda. You guys, am I going to get any work done? Because I'm going to be talking to everybody. Hello. Hold on. Cutting out the Stella hoodie out of this fabric. This is my niece's. I got this for my niece. Wolves. She loves wolves and she loves dragons and mermaids. Oh, we enjoy the conversations. Yeah. Sometimes I think I'm having a conversation with myself. Okay. I hadn't taken little bits. I went to CVS today. I didn't do much, but I woke up early. I finished the project I was working on, the super secret Christmas project. I finished it to a place where it's giftable. And then I went to CVS. And what else did I do today? What else did I do today? I took a nap. We watched QVC for lunch. So look, I'm double here. I've got a hot tea. This is awful. I've had it all day. And if you've never had a Yeti, the Yeti mugs, and you like tea, the Yeti mugs will keep your tea hot with its lid on all day. I made this tea at like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's still hot enough to drink and not have to warm up. And it is, so mind you, 10 o'clock in the morning. It is now like, what, 4:30? Anyway, we had lunch. Big Daddy's on vacation. I'm on vacation. And we're kind of just tooling around getting things ready for Christmas. I've made a list of what we're going to serve for Christmas brunch because we host, so I can get ready. And then we had lunch, watched a little QVC because I like QVC on Sundays. And then Andrea's live comes on right after lunch. I watched Andrea's live Beyond the Pink Door. She did a giveaway. If you won something, that's awesome because she was giving away 20-pound vouchers to her shop. And that was great. And then I zonked out and fell asleep and didn't wake up till 3:30. I shouldn't do this, but I cracked open a ginger ale because I need a little boost. And the tea this is caffeine-free herbal sleepy time. This is not going to help me wake up. Penny's not here. Hope Penny's not here. She's somewhere else. So you hear her barking, she's just outside of the attic entrance. Okay, I needed that. I did a couple of dishes, and I really did not much of nothing today. My body told me to sleep, but I woke up at 4:30 again. I woke up at 4:30. I stayed in bed till about 5, got out of bed and started working on that Christmas project, and I was determined to finish it. I watched a couple episodes of The Chosen this morning, took a shower, so this is actually, I'm clean. It's just pulled up, bundled up. It's a ginger ale. I was chugging it. What is everybody up to on their Sundays? Anybody doing anything fun and exciting? Because I'm going to start cutting this out. So keep me busy. Keep me busy. Here's all my pattern pieces that I traced yesterday. Ah. Zelda, if you're still watching, what did you do today? I'm sure you went to church. I'm going to just come in here and make sure I have all chat on. If anybody else does lives, there are things that I do this on my iPad, and there are some things like the lives pop up and then they go away. Working on your website, you've got a week and a half, a week and a half, right? Is that your timeline? January 1st was your timeline for your website. Lisa is watching. Lisa is, she has got a YouTube coming out. Made some cookies, not 60 dozen. Yeah. Yeah. Lisa has a YouTube coming out. She has a website. She dyes fabric. So I'm very excited to learn and see and all that stuff and be one of your first subscribers. And Michelle made cookies. Lucky. I don't have any energy lately to do anything at this point. I have to play Tetris. I have 1.5 yards of this fabric for the Stella Hoodie, but it's the small one. It's the size 4. And I am going to see what I can do here. We're going to start with what I know. Tomorrow, I believe I have lunch with my friend, Jennifer. We have to work on, I teach CE classes for her school. Zelda, yes, I went to church and sat down and started watching TV. See, that's kind of how my life was today. Yeah, and I know better. I needed like a downtime. I wanted to come on here, and I started doing little snippets today for my vlog, for Vlogmas. But I gotta tell you, it's so much easier just to go live. It's so much easier to just be live than all the editing and putting everything together and pasting it. I have enjoyed, and I'm proud of myself for making it as far as I have. We still have, today's the 21st. I have tomorrow. I just have a few more days of Vlogmas. Like, I can do this. Just a few more days. And as much as I love waking up and there's conversation, there's comments, like that's the best part. This evening is going to be our Christmas at home. We're going to Chicago Tuesday and staying for several days. Oh, cool. I am just outside Chicago, but I'm in Indiana. We are about an hour from Chicago. Not bad. Chicago's the airports we go to when we fly out. The Chicago airports. We go to Midway if we can help it. That's my favorite. I think I've only flown out of O'Hare once. What do we got? Lisa, you've done great. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It has consumed me. And I don't even I take you guys, but it gets to the point at the end of the day where I'm editing and it's just way too much. And my phone is an Android, and what I'm doing right now is on an iPad. So they don't like to talk to each other, or I don't know how to get them to talk to each other. I like to use iMovie in my iPad. My laptop is an HP. Michelle, my husband's family lives in Buffalo Grove. Oh yeah, I know Buffalo Grove. We go there several times a year. Oh, how cool! I know Buffalo Grove. We have the same TV stations, radio stations as Chicago in this part of Indiana. And you really do for quite some time. Like Chicago takes over a huge chunk. There's some Indiana stations on the radio, and you lose them when you get past the loop. Like if you're driving from Indiana to Illinois to Chicago, like the exit I would take to get off to go to right around there, there's this massive interchange. I forget what it's called offhand. I don't go to Chicago as much as I used to. But you kind of are up this massive, like, hill. It's not really a hill, it's just a expressway. And the expressway is in the air. And you get off, and that exit is how I would go to Rush. Now, I will say, that's where the majority of the traffic on a weekday at 5 or 4 o'clock is. And you would lose your Indiana channels, like, on that ramp. But otherwise, Chicago channels, they last pretty good. This is a cute knit terry. This is a cute French terry. I got it from knitfabric.com. I have no sponsorship with them. I'm in this weird position now where I'm starting to get this, not the Skyway. But the Skyway comes off over there. But if you're west of the Skyway, so the Skyway will merge into 9094. The Skyway is 90, and it merges into 94, the Dan Ryan. And then if you stay on the Dan Ryan, you're kind of going to go past what we called Comiskey, which I think is U.S. Cellular now, or Guaranteed Rate Field, whatever, where the Sox play. And you veer off. So you're following, Sox are over here, and the lake is here. And you can go this way to get on Lakeshore Drive, or you can go this way and you go up this hill, and it kind of like curves. And I think that's where 55 merges. I can't remember because it's been like a couple of years, and I would avoid that as much as possible. Only went that way if I was getting off on North Avenue, or if you want to go in the downtown, like when I worked down there 20 years ago, or if I was going to Rush. But it's like a massive hill. There's a little wall on a building that's dedicated to Veterans Day, so, or D-Day. Anyway, it curves and it's up high. You would, if you were on it, you would, I'm explaining it horribly. I will work on finding that. I'm explaining it horribly. But anyway, I used to work in Chicago. I practically lived in Chicago. And now I avoid going there if I can. But I'm in this weird place with my channel. Amazon has reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to be an influencer. So I went through all of that process. I'm not an influencer. I don't like that term because I don't influence. I don't do it like on purpose. If I influence somebody, it's because they're asking for my opinion. And when I'm talking about patterns, I'm not trying to sell a pattern. Sometimes I absolutely love what I'm doing, and so I want to tell you what works and what doesn't work. But so I've got that. I fly into Chicago once a month on my way to Rockford and Madison, Wisconsin. My friend actually owns a house in Madison, and he works in like the Chicago area, and right now he's staying with his mom where I live because it's an easier commute than Madison to Chicago, but his spouse is still in Madison. And then he like comes home every other weekend or something like that. Yeah. So cutting out the Stella hoodie. Am I going to get any cutting done? Probably not. So I shouldn't have put that in my title. Probably won't do it. But I want to kind of get this situated so I make sure I have enough space for it. Because I also have a sleeve, and there's just enough room for the sleeve here. I think I'm going to be okay. I was nervous because the book said it took more than what I purchased. I bought 1.5 yards, and I think it said 1.6 meters. That's more like 1.75 yards. So So I was a little nervous, and I've already pre-shrunk it, so it's less than 1.5 meters. That's the worst, or 1.5 yards. That's the worst. If you don't know the difference, if you're only US, a meter is just a smudge more than a yard. A meter is 1.1 yards. So if you could buy something per meter, it's always better, because then you have that extra little wiggle room, because most American patterns give measurements of what you need in yards. So I like to just think they're very similar, but the meter is slightly bigger. But because this came from Tilly and Buttons, this pattern, the measurements in yards, and I think it said 1.6 meters. So that's 1.75 yards. And I have 1.5 yards. So I'm playing Tetris. I love buying in meters for that reason. I know. The best part of it, though, is you have that little extra, but also you can account for shrinkage. If this was a simplicity pattern or a, you know, Vogue or Butterick or McCall's all day long, I think they are generous with what they say when it comes to what you need. But sometimes prints are so much easier to line up. But these, it's a little different. This is gonna fit right there. I have my hoodie, the hoodie piece. This is size 4. Okay, good deal. I've got both sizes here. So I'm just trying to play in Tetris. The cuff, which I probably could fit in between these, so that's good. This is a size 6. This is the pocket. I'd like to give her a pocket. This is the center hood. I need one of those. Size 6, size 6. This has got to be a size 6. Size 6. Size 6, size 6, size 4. Okay, let me move these away so I don't use the wrong piece. I must have some kind of sugar addiction, because I crave a bubble pop in the late afternoon every day. Crave it. Okay, so I can fit this here, which is fine. I can, the cuff is gonna have to be done on something else, I think. I think I could do her cuffs on some ribbing. I bought black ribbing. Maybe I'll do that. She's small too. I probably can make this a little shorter. But I need one of these hoods, and that's where I don't think I have enough for the hood, the center of the hood. I might be able to make a out of this. Yeah. And then the side hood pieces. And then this has got to go like this. And a pocket, but it says cut 2. For the Stella Hoodie pocket, cut 2 on the fold. I'm going to do 1 out of the lining. I'm going to have to. That's not going to fit like that. Nope. 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 That'll be fine. This is a directional print. So I'm frustrated. It's a directional print. It's going to be okay, Lisa. You're going to get it. It's going to be okay. Does this go perfectly in the center? I think this is a perfect in the center pattern. It is. It is. So that might be helpful. I might be able to do something there then. I was just folding my sleeve in half vertically to see if it's symmetrical, because then I might cut it on the fold on each edge so I have more room for the hoods and the pocket. The cuff will have to be on tubular ribbing, which is fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Yeah, because then I can put this down here. And then if I just want this to fit, otherwise I gotta trim the sweatshirt, which I could trim and put a band of the same ribbing. That's an option. It will fit. It will fit. It will fit. And then 2 of these, and then I'll wiggle this somewhere or she will not get a pocket. This is one of those kangaroo pockets, I believe. Let me check in the book. Let's cut 2, and I don't see a spot on the pattern that I traced yesterday for the pocket. Pretty confident. Don't you go anywhere, you. Okay. So in the picture, I don't think she has a pocket, does she? No, she has no pocket in the picture, the one on the picture. No pocket. So where does the hood? Oh yeah, she's got no. I'm gonna do the kangaroo pocket if I can, because I think kids like a kangaroo pocket. I think the teens like a kangaroo pocket. I really do. And then the lining hood, I have to find a scrap of some kind of fabric I have. I wonder if I've got some. I don't think I have black, but black would be good because it would match the ribbing. Now I'm talking to myself. Sorry. So sorry. French terry. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Michelle, French terry is one of my favorite fabrics. I love French terry. I love French terry because it is just easy to work with. Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. It's not as thick as sweatshirting. It's really soft inside. All right, I am looking to see what I need to do for this kangaroo pocket. I've never made the Stella hoodie. Here's the kangaroo pocket if you want to convert this to some type of like dress or vest. Keep your hands warm by adding a cozy kangaroo pocket in front of your hoodie. It's easiest to attach it anytime before you sew up the side seams. Okay. And you'll need a 1/4 yard of extra fabric, or 0.25 meters. I'm going to have to use something else for the lining if I can get it to work. Okay. I think it would be perfect. Yeah. She has a whole section in here about slow sewing. There is no such thing today. No slow sewing. No such thing. Oh my gosh, it's been 25 minutes. I thought was we could talk about Christmas movies while I'm doing this, because I became like really infatuated with watching The Chosen. I'm in a place now where I think I'm running out of time to watch Christmas movies, so I was going to switch from The Chosen, because I could watch that anytime, to seeing what Christmas movies would be good to watch right now. And I thought, I didn't look to see if it's available online, but one year I saw Christmas with the Cranks, and I thought it was funny, but I don't remember much of the story. So I was going to see that. I don't know if anybody's seen Christmas with the Cranks. It's an older movie with Jamie Lee Curtis. And I thought, oh, that might be a fun one. I made a list in Amazon because they asked me to, of my favorite Christmas time movies. So I did put some in there, which was fun. I think I'm going to shorten this. Do I shorten this? She is 12, 11, 12. It was fun. And yeah, you've seen Christmas with the Cranks. That's it. I watched it one time. I thought, I haven't seen it a lot, just the once. And I thought, I would like to watch that again. And I thought about doing that today. Big Daddy's making dinner. So I washed a few dishes, and I love Big Daddy. I even love when Big Daddy cooks. What I absolutely hate is that's that ginger ale. What I absolutely hate is all the dishes after. Like, he can't be the only one that does this. And I hate to say this, but I feel like it's because he's a man. He can make one pot spaghetti and use 5 pots. Oh, it's okay, Michelle. Watch it on the replay. No, you're fine. Thank you for checking in. This was very unexpected. So he will genuinely dirty as many dishes as possible when he's cooking. Tonight is taco salad. His idea, but I'm just thinking he's got to clean the lettuce, cut the lettuce, make the taco meat. That's it. That's all he has to do. But when he makes the taco meat, you've got to use a colander to get drain the meat. You got to use a colander for the lettuce when you wash it. He's got a spinner, so he's got his salad spinner. Look, I'm like, it's a man thing. I feel like I'm talking softly because he's directly below me. He's playing with his 3D printer, and he's printing something up on his 3D printer, and that makes me happy because he works all year for his vacation time at the end of the year. He's working on that. He's got other things that he's working on. He's putting up a cabinet in the garage. He can go through dishes. And who washes dishes? Right here. And we have a dishwasher. But all the dishes that he's going to cook with are not dishwasher dishes. We don't put like our pots and pans in the dishwasher. We just don't. Okay, I have to make a strong decision if I'm going to make this a little shorter and put ribbing on it, a cuffing on it. I feel like I'm going to go for it and not. Okay, here we go. The hardest part of all of this is cutting into these kind of fabrics, especially when I cut it close and only buy 1.5 yards instead of 2, because I bought a whole bunch of fabrics that day. And I was like, I don't want a lot of extra scraps of different fabrics because I don't want to make, usually with my knit fabric, I make underwear. I make underwear all day long with my scraps, or I save them for linings, like I'm going to have to line this kangaroo pocket if I can fit it in here. Or the hood needs a lining. I'm nervous for you making the cut. This is every time I cut something out. When I go to the grocery store to pick out ice cream, I am there for like 10 minutes staring at the selection at the grocery store. I do that. I will overthink every bit of it. And honestly, this I think I could save just a little more if I moved this over. And then I'm going to cut into it. So I've done my, I think I can get it all to fit. I think I can get it all to fit. Yeah. I just hate having leftovers. And when I do have leftovers, I want there to be enough to make something with the leftover. I don't want to get just a half yard extra and then not have enough to make something with. But I don't make under this. So if I had enough extra, this would be good for like gym shorts. Now that I said it, I might get myself some just for gym shorts. And my knee started acting up. Oh my God, my knee started acting up again. What's wrong with me? And if somebody tells me it's because I'm getting old, I'm gonna punch them in the throat. Even I just don't want to admit it. Directional fabrics, yeah, I know. See, so it's got to be just I do the same thing, so now I feel a little better because I do the same thing. I think it through, I overthink it. It's gonna take time, and I wanted to get these sewn up today, but I had a moment where I stayed in bed this afternoon, fell asleep, and then I didn't want to get up, and then I had to walk Penny, and it started to get dark when I woke up. But I got up so early today, so I think we're going to be okay. Now that I'm re-switching this, I need to make sure I'm on the grain. I think Penny was barking. There might be an Amazon delivery driver outside because it is Christmas time. And I might have ordered something for my niece that's supposed to come today. Might have. Won't say much more just in case she's one of the few people watching and has not let me know when she's watching. Because you met my niece the other day. It's completely something she would do. She's a lurker. I'm certain. She's got to be in the spotlight or she is going to lurk and lurk. And I love every bit of that. Okay, I'm going to cut the longer bit of this, which may be a regret. But now I've moved it over a little bit more, so feel good about that. Feel even. I'm trying to conserve as much of my fabric as I can, so I can fit these pieces in here, and I know I will. I'll make it happen. But I know this is going to be long, and I'm probably going to make it a little smaller. But because she's smaller. Let me fold this because I can add ribbing, which I probably will add ribbing. I know myself. I take out this little bit here. What do we have there? Hold on a second. Yeah. That's right. Oh, that's an inch and a half, almost exact. Inch and a half, almost exact. If I do a cuff rib around the bottom of it, I feel like that's common for a sweatshirt. Yeah. But it's not going to make too much of a difference right now because I think I have everything I need otherwise. Oh, fudge. Do you guys watch A Christmas Story for the holidays? If you live in the U.S., it's on like one of the stations plays it for like 24 hours, and it will be on the entire time in our house. On Christmas morning, I will wake up and that movie will be on, and it will be on until we go to bed that night. A Christmas Story took place. It's about an author, Gene Shepherd, who is from my area. So Gene Shepherd is this author. He wrote A Christmas Story. It's about him as a kid. So that's his story. And they reference to Clodhoppers in Griffith. Griffith is one of the towns I work selling real estate. So it supposedly takes place in Hammond. Now, it wasn't filmed there. That was in Ohio. But those stories are all about my area where I live, region I live in Indiana. So is a movie that I love and my boyfriend loves. And so we watch it, but he really loves it. We have the lamp, the leg lamp, everything. And that's okay. That's great. Okay, I'm diving in, guys. I'm diving in. So I want to see Christmas with the Cranks. I want to see A Christmas Story. I will see whether I want to or not. And then this is kind of close here. I am on it. Yep. What was the other one? Oh, Santa Claus. I haven't seen a Santa Claus in a while. The Santa Claus. That's what I want to see. I haven't seen that in a while. That's a good movie too. We do usually watch A Wonderful Life. We usually watch some type of Dickens Christmas tale. When we first started dating, Big Daddy would take me every year to see A Christmas Carol in downtown Chicago at the Goodman Theater, I think is where we went. It was, you know, fancy on a Saturday matinee or something like that. And we would get dressed up and we would go. It was a lot of fun. That was like a date. But then we grew up and got older and we don't go anymore. But we saw it so many times. That's another story he likes. So we do watch that. Last year we watched the Muppet version, which is so much fun. I like that. Should grab my garbage. Hold on. I'm gonna switch to my hot tea. Back to the sleepy time. Because that ginger ale is making me burp. It's so hot. So I think it's at like 6 hours and it's still hot. Best. I'll make a sleepy time before bed. Fill this up with sleepy time. Put the lid on it and I'll wake up in the middle of the night and drink it and it'll still be boiling hot. It's this lid and it's got like one of those slider covers. It's just so hot. But it's at the perfect temp right now for me to drink. Okay. I do not have enough time to buy more of this fabric to have it done for Christmas, so I'm trying my best here. Okay, we've got this one done. And these are my pattern weights. If you need pattern weights, go to your local hardware store. Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. These are in like plumbing section. Good morning. Good morning in India. Oh, good morning. That's cool. I got somebody from India watching. Hey, little girl. Penny's joined me. She's down right here. So she has joined. She was downstairs, but she made it up. Made it through. Yeah. Yep, you made it through, huh? Penny's here, but she does not like the camera. She's really scared of the stand that I put the iPad on. I think I've told you guys she hates the ring light, and I think it's because it's a very similar type of stand. Oh, hello! there's the star of the show. She's still a ham. She could hate that all day long, but I don't think she can see it from down there. You can't see it. Oh, did you see it? You didn't see it. You didn't see nothing. You didn't see nothing. You got some goopy in your eye. I know. She's got this mark she gets on her eye. It's like wet, like she has a watery eye. I'm always cleaning it off, but she's getting a bath in the next day or so. Right? You getting a bath? You hate a bath. She hates a bath. Well, I have to work on this. I have to work on this. You have already ate dinner. You had dinner. My pup is my pups are saying hello. Hello. Did they see her on the screen? Did they see you on the screen? Yes, they did, baby. Look at her go. She's gonna force attention. I know. Oh, thank you. She is a cute little one. But once she sees the iPad, she will. Almost eye contact there. That's my tea. That's my tea. Making noise. Sometimes the heat builds up and it makes a little like whistle noise. But because I close the lid and pressure builds from the steam, they saw her come in the room. I did not see her come in the room. I was like, oh, there she is. Why do I refer to her as Miss Moneypenny? So when I got her, that's a great question. Her official name is Miss Moneypenny because I'm a huge James Bond fan. So is Big Daddy. We both love watching James Bond movies, especially the older ones. And I have a picture in my kitchen. I have the original soundtrack to Goldfinger in my kitchen. So I took the album art, the album cover, the sleeve, and I had framed it. That's how it was in my apartment. And when I came and moved in with Big Daddy, we put that up in the kitchen. So we have this framed Goldfinger. But anyway, Miss Moneypenny is a character I love on James Bond movies. And when I adopted her, I saw her online. We were not thinking of getting a dog. We had a dog that I was very bonded to, and he got very sick. And the last 2 years of his life, he was dealing with congestive heart failure, and he was on a lot of medicine, and I was his nurse. And he still had a good quality of life because of the medicine he was on. But anyway, when he passed, it took a lot. And we went without a dog for about 2 years. And then randomly one night, Big Daddy was like, I've been thinking about it might be time for a dog. It's a great name. Yeah, so she kind of came from Miss Moneypenny, but we call her Penny. So it was in a day like in the fall, and Big Daddy was cleaning the leaves. He took the day off to clean the leaves out of the gutters and do stuff around the house. And I was on my computer. I should have been checking emails and working. I was working from home. But I went online, and there was this picture of this dog. And it was Penny. It was a picture of her. It was a mugshot kind of picture, where like you couldn't get any more pathetic. And I thought, I'm just going to go to the shelter. I'm just going to go to the shelter and take a look at her. So I left the house and I said, look at a dog. And her name was like Tinkerbell or something like that. And I went and I came home with her. I had gotten my first dog at that shelter, and I used to volunteer at that shelter, so they had like my background check on file. They had everything. They usually do a wait for they usually do a wait, like a 48-hour wait before they allow you to take a dog home. But they told me I could take her home that day. She wasn't doing good there. They had just got her. Penny came from a shelter in Mississippi. She was adopted out, and then she was returned multiple times. And I found all that out after I met her. So it was already too late. So they told me that she was returned, and one person said they were moving, another person said it just didn't work out. She's so precious. She really is. She is one of the sweetest dogs. She has two things. She's either happy or scared. It's nothing in between. So sweet puppy. Yeah, she's a sweet dog. So we've had her a few years now. I think we've had her like 3 years, 4 years. And she's a good girl. But they gave me her mugshot when she was found in Mississippi by animal control up there. They gave me like the collar she had on when the people surrendered her. It said Tinkerbell, and I could not call my dog Tinkerbell. I just couldn't. So we decided she was kind of sly at that time, and called her Miss Moneypenny. And I still have a lot of my old dog stuff, but she's accumulated plenty of her own. So she's just as sweet as can be, and I'm very fortunate to have her in my life. And I feel bad because she was returned so many times, and I don't even know if she was adopted out when she was in Mississippi, but they transported her here, and it was just the luck of the draw, and that's all it took. She's my girl. We had struggles when I first got her. There were plenty of struggles. She did not like to go potty outside. She's ridiculously scared of thunderstorms, loud noises, fireworks. So we have our fair share of struggles with her, but she is such a happy dog. And she's skittish, so she's scared of like the iPad stand, the ring light stand, so I don't use the ring light unless I need to now. But I'm saving for a GoPro, and the little kit, the gimbal / stand that the one I want comes with, it's so much smaller and has a tiny little light, so I think that'll kind of help quell that situation. Yeah, all these attachments so you can like put it on your car and stuff like that. So I could talk when I'm driving or when I'm parked waiting for an appointment. Yeah. But that is a save item. What I really need is to think about a sewing machine that's beyond beginner. I've had that machine over 10 years, and it was something I picked up at Walmart for like $60, $50 some dollars plus tax. It's a workhorse, but I feel bad because there are certain things I do where I know I'm stretching the limits with my machine. Yeah, this is going to be plenty of fabric now that I've seen that one piece cut out, and I'm cutting this one out, and I'm being real careful. Yeah, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I'm going to get this good. Oh my gosh, it's been 48 minutes already. Jeez, I'm so sorry, guys. I was like, I'm going to be on here. I'm going to talk about some Christmas movies for like 15 minutes, and then I'm going to get done, and then I can focus on cutting this out. And if this doesn't get done in time for Christmas, it's not the end of the world, because they're getting plenty of presents from us, both my nieces. Probably a little bit more than their mom would like, but they are my besties, so I may be spoiling them this year. And then they can get this during the week, because when their mom's at work, when they're on Christmas break, they'll be with me. So I'm sure they'll want to do videos, especially now that the older one has gotten a taste of fame. She loved being in that video the other day. Oh, talk to you later, Lisa. Have fun making dinner. See, I don't have dinner today. It's awesome. It's awesome. I didn't cut my little... I am getting right up to that salvage. I am not wasting anything right now. Woo! I got one spot here. Ooh, that's not good. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. That. I'm trying to see these little bits. When it comes to knit fabric, I don't keep these little bits. If that was quilting cotton, I probably would keep them. I really do enjoy quilting. Little scrap busting projects. Those are like my favorite things. I didn't do this on the last piece on the front. This is the back. Did I get through the? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Cool. Well, 50 minutes. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I've been chatting away. The problem is I'm not even nervous anymore about being on camera. There's so many realtors in my area that I tell them I have a YouTube channel. I have two. One is real and one is for sewing. And I love doing the one on the sewing because I have such a wild community of support and helpfulness and friends. And the one for real estate, people come to get answers to a question that they've Googled, and maybe my video shows up and they watch it. So there isn't much of a community there, but the realtors in my area always overthink things, and they're like, I could never do that. I could never have a YouTube channel. I could never be on screen. And in my mind, I'm like, I do long form videos, and I feel like I'm talking to a friend because I am. And once you get over that, it's really easy. Really easy. It's easy to don't think twice about messing up, saying something. You just don't. Let me put this down and then I'll pack everything up. All right, what I think I'm gonna do is check on Amazon and see if Christmas with the Cranks. We have Amazon, Netflix, and Disney. I'm hoping one of those apps have Christmas with the Cranks, because that'd be kind of fun to watch tonight while after I get this cut out. It'd be kind of fun. This long piece here was between the front and the back, and I think that's going to be perfect for this big boy, and it will, so I don't have to worry about that. And she's the size 4, so I did all the sizes because all the sizes, the only difference is right here, so I can easily cut it or fold it to size, and then now I have to cut out 3 or 4 of these. It's just a matter of, will I be able to do that kangaroo pocket? Not in this. I only need one of these. I only need one on the fold, so I might be able to swing it. Yep. Well, I'm going to finish working on this, and you guys are welcome to stay. I'm going to finish working on this right now, and we're going to see what happens. If I can't get the kangaroo pocket, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Okay, one of these says neckline. Neckline would be at the bottom. Make this as high as I can in case that is helpful for one of the other pieces. And looking through here, let's move this over so we have it in a spot that it follows itself, except. Okay, cool. Cut one lining. I'm going to line with whatever I have, I think. Absolutely. I might be able to get a hair scrunchie out of this if I'm lucky. Let me move this over a little more. You know, that piece is there. I probably should look and see where the, well, people aren't going to see the hood unless they have it on. Otherwise, it'll be back and it'll be the lining is what you'll see. Okay. And if I do the sleeves, I like this here, but I almost wonder if I should wait now for that piece because I want to see where the sides of the hood lie, so I don't have like something that looks weird where it connects. See, I'm overthinking it. That's what I do. I overthink. But sometimes I like to pattern match and sometimes I like to absolutely not pattern match. Like it's all sometimes it's because I have to play Tetris, so I won't pattern match, and other times it's definitely done for a reason. I don't want to for a reason, or I do for a reason. That can go. Fit perfect. Okay, so if that'll fit perfect, why don't I just do it that way? Okay, we're at 57 minutes. I'm gonna take this down. This is gonna take YouTube a long time to probably transfer so people can watch the replay. Huh. All right, let me get this finished out. I don't want you guys just to hear me talk to myself. So, or as I say, it's thinking out loud. Thank you so much for watching. This was my day 21. I've only got a few more days to go. I'm so happy about that, even though I have enjoyed every moment. It's just the stress of planning it. It's been hard. So thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to head out and finish this up. And then I'm going to put on my jammies and we're going to have dinner. Have a great night. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow should be a fun day. And hopefully I won't cop out and do a live again. Thank you. Bye-bye.